What's going on? Another watch list going into April 25th. Start off here with Nivif, my main watch from last night's watch list. I was looking for 230 to 250 pop and a failed follow through momentum for a first red day. We got that pop super early pre-market. I was not up over here on West Coast. That's 3 a.m. my time. I was not up. But right around here, I saw it starting to roll over. I put some on here in the 220s, and I was risking fairly wide at that point. This rollover doesn't mean it has to be dead. It could have easily gone back up into this range, so I was still using 250s as a guide on this starter. And once it kind of stayed heavy into the open, I put some more on here. I was using a 2-minute chart. So you get this fail. I short some. You get this lower. Breaks its 2-minute opening range. I short more. And basically, as I'm adding down here, I'm just using the prior 2-minute bar highs as a trailing stop. And right here through 180s, I took profits. And this pop, I was looking at it. Prior close was 223 up in here. And usually these overextended gap downs, they used to work a lot cleaner. Like 80% of the time they wouldn't go back green, but lately, in the last few years, red-green hasn't been as reliable. But I was looking at this pop and I didn't love it. But right here, this is the bouncing ball setup that Lance talks about, and it aligns with prior resistance, and then it broke down there. This is a super high EV spot for a short trade for a trend join into close. I just wasn't on desk for this. I usually leave around 11 a.m. But super nice trade here. Basically, at this point, an A plus for me is if this fades another day down towards this 110s, 120s range. Ideally, like a low volatility day. And then going into Friday, looking for that first green day bounce. If I get a large enough gap down into this level, I could see myself trying it for a reversal, using prior support as a guide. But I'd really like this to hold red and fade quietly and sideways for one more day, and let me play the Friday open for a first green day bounce. GE, I put a position on. I had said yesterday I liked this big picture daily chart with the earnings episodic pivot through the 158's breakout level. I didn't want to chase, so I bought this weakness into the breakout level, started in a bit early, and gonna see if this can reclaim strongly. And I was risking prior day lows, and now I'm gonna move my stop up to today's lows. And ideally tomorrow, week open holds higher, and I can start adding into a winner and look for the 160s to start to break out again. But I do have a starter on there. TPET and Indo I wanted to mention because keeping these lines on your chart as prior support, I use as a guide for like where it can bounce to. And it's failed here now multiple times, and Indo did the same thing on this 480s high volume profile line, and it topped out right there again. And then Agba 220s line is staying important. If that breaks, I could see this going back down to the 160s. So if we're in within shooting range of this 220s breakdown tomorrow, I could see myself borrowing some and potentially joining that trigger if pops start to fail. But this so far is holding these inside days like I wanted to see when it consolidates in its upper daily range and potentially for a second leg. So if 220 breaks down, I like that trend join, and if 3 starts to build, I like that trend join. So waiting for it to tell me which way it wants to break. Poet, I don't see a reason for this to be up. It's a semiconductor. I like when these start to squeeze out into close and after hours. And this daily is starting to get extended, like it gapped up from 1, and now it's up in the 220s. And a lot of volume compared to what it usually trades. I looked through their PRs. They had like a presentation on April 10th and 11th. Their last PR was on the 17th back here. So I don't really know why it's moving, if it's a sector thing or what. But I think if we get another gap up tomorrow, I'd look for a failed fall through momentum setup. Let me see here. I can see how it acted off the open today. Right here was the candle, 171s, and it broke down here late day. And what do we have over here? Yeah, morning lows held. This one broke down a bit. Yeah, it's starting to extend from its 4 EMA, and I just don't see a reason why it's up. So I'd be looking higher the better here. Failed follow through. RCAT. I really like this daily and how it's breaking on the intraday. This 140s is starting to ABCD here. So any kind of flat or weak open, I like versus the 140s. It's breaking over this multi-month, multi-year channel. So I think this could see higher, like a similar move to here. So you get this first move, and then you get that wick open, and then nice big spike. So I'd look for, the weak open to hold, and then look for a run up to $2. And D-Fly, another daily chart, big picture setup, I really like. Next daily resistance level with meaningful volume isn't up till 3 into this 2s and 3s, which is more than 100% away that I like to see. The intradaily is starting to tighten up here, and a break through 90 I think is a nice risk reward trade for a big picture daily breakout. I think that's it. A few watches there, and my plans on those. So I think that's it, and I will see you guys in the room tomorrow.